crazy out here, y'all. Stay focused. Let's go, KD. Take a look around you, look and find your way, babe. Yeah, take a look around you, look and find your way, babe. Yeah, I ain't talk is talk, and move is move. When I come in, bitch, I change the way. Got things to do, I done pay my dues. But where was you? Nigga, where was you? I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Hey, you the one that say that. You and me go way back. When this whole thing over, I'ma send my invoice, pay that. You don't wanna say that. You don't want this payback. I keep my composure, this my kingdom, nigga, stay back. We had a couple of moments. You had a choice, nigga, on it. Your real colors, they showing. I'm real, nigga, I'm focused. When I come around, I'm fly with it. Stay moving, do buy with it. New sound, just vibe with it. Same truth and we die with it. I see it like it's an obstacle. I never sit on the fence. Nothing to me is impossible. Music of me to the end. Most of the shit is illogical. All of y'all niggas depend on what they pretend. Just think what you had. Stop looking at trends. You wearing your eyes like it's topical. Now the pain is gone, the fame is on, and they play my songs. Yeah, it's real. Yeah, it's real. Yeah, I ain't talk is talk, and move is move. When I come in, bitch, I change the way. Got things to do, I done pay my dues. But where was you? Nigga, where was you? I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. New era, I got y'all. Real again, we pop off, no knockoffs. Open eyes, we watch out. Mobilize, won't cop out. COVID-19 cops out, don't flop now. Open skies, we fly now. New agenda, they try now. Most y'all getting real scared of the headlines when you find out. End game getting real near. If you don't know, you behind now. Behind the times, government hide behind the lines. Most brands trying to monetize. All of us have to stay inside, don't socialize. Talk is talk, and move is move. When I come in, bitch, I change the way. Got things to do, I done pay my dues. But where was you? Nigga, where was you? I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. This is that one song that you heard so many times, and every time you hear it, you're like, I'm not gonna bump to this song. But then you start catching a vibe. I'm sorry, not sorry. Yeah. East Coast with the gang, gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, gang, gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know. Yeah. Whoa. East Coast with that gang, gang. You know we don't play games, whoa. Hop up on that wagon, oh please just get out the way. You know we stay stuntin', right up in your face. We sorry, not sorry, we just stuck up in our ways. West Coast gon' ahead, stand up, put that glass and hands up. Gang, 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 we famed up. Got that change, we bagged up. Crew love, we stay manned up. Ahem like I'm Weezy, yeah. Rap game just too easy, drip so sick, I'm queasy, whoa. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. Yeah. Watch me
finesse, walk to the line, good versus evil, God in his prime, always in prime, always on time, our time to shine. Wifey is fine, I'm doing fine, glad that you asked. God fill me up, mud in my glass, God clean me up, all that I ask. Wherever you headed there fast. I am ahead, you are in last. Last time I checked, you are all gas. Gas in the whip it up fast. Fast and all furious, I'm starting to spaz. Getting all curious, you put me on blast. Blasting that Darius, kids in the back. Back to the future is black. Black like T'Challa, Wakanda attack.
East Coast with the gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang, Lover with the gang gang, you know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang, Lover with the gang gang, you know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang, Lover with the gang gang, you know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang, Lover with the gang gang, you know we don't play gang.
We got one dream and that's. We got one scheme and that's. One theme and that's. My whole life and that's. One love. One love. Got one dream and that's. One love. One love. We got one scheme and that's. One love. One love. That's one theme and that's. One love. One love, my whole life. I said there's two of us, we got one dream and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Between the both of us, we got one scheme and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Our life together has one theme and that's one love. I said that's one love. I'd rather die than live my whole life without that one love. And you that one love. I said there's two of us, we got one dream and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Between the both of us, we got one scheme and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Our life together has one theme and that's one love. I said that's one love. I'd rather die than live my whole life without that one love. And you that one love, girl. All these girls keep chasing views like they doing something. They ain't doing nothing. And all these boys keep making moves cause they assuming something. Everybody doing fake friends like they crew or something. But all these people make my stomach sick like the flu or something. They crying X cause they prince is gone. We might just flex cause I'm money long. They selling sex cause it's selling strong. I might just bag a check girl and take you home. Yeah, real love I owed you. Real love I showed you. I wish for once that you would back me up, but I can't expect that I know you. Cause we been there and then we came through it. Backstabbed and then we undo it. A lot of people said they come through, but when it came to it, ain't one do it. We got one dream and that's. We got one scheme and that's. One theme and that's. My whole life and that's. One love. One love. Got one dream and that's. One love. One love. We got one scheme and that's. One love. One love. That's one theme and that's. One love. One love, my whole life. I said there's two of us, we got one dream and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Between the both of us, we got one scheme and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Our life together has one theme and that's one love. I said that's one love. I'd rather die than live my whole life without that one love. And you that one love. I said there's two of us, we got one dream and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Between the both of us, we got one scheme and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Our life together has one theme and that's one love. I said that's one love. I'd rather die than live my whole life without that one love. And you that one love. I got my head down, arms are up. I didn't think life would be this rough. Back and forth, we went do-si-do, and then I packed my bags and I hit the road. We were making moves without a clue. I took my love away from you. Looking back, all regret. My chin is up and you puffed your chest. Cause we're coming for the go, girl, we won't stop. Working and we grind until we hit the top. Everyone is waiting for the love that we are chasing, and the haters will be hating, but we won't stop. Cause we running and we gunning. So watch out, cause we coming. One love, we in our feelings, and it's not gonna crumble, yeah. We got one dream and that's. We got one scheme and that's. one theme, and that's my whole life, and that's one love. One love, got one dream, and that's one love. One love, we got one scheme, and that's one love. One love, that's one theme, and that's one love. That's one love, my whole life. I said there's two of us, we got one dream, and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Between the both of us, we got one scheme, and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Our life together has one theme, and that's one love. I said that's one love. I'd rather die than live my whole life without that one love. And you that one love. Yeah, I said there's two of us, we got one dream, and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Between the both of us, we got one scheme, and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Our life together has one theme, and that's one love. I said that's one love. I'd rather die than live my whole life without that one love. And you that one love, girl. And you that one love, girl. One love. One love. One love. And you that one love, girl. One love. It's one love.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Your other hand, honey, I can't hold you!
I can reach it.
Help me! I can get it. I can almost reach it.
Go to the fucking gym.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Swole, Norm.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testing, testicles. Welcome everyone to episode 3038 of the Daily Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gangcast, mancast, pimpcast, sleevescast, and slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, bustas, hustles, and yahos? It's your boy Papa Swolio back with another episode. In today's episode, the Beastcast is brought to you as powered, is sponsored by Eversing K2, flexing on all you be. All right, fam, welcome to the show. Hit the like button. We're live on Rumble, rumble.com/thedailySwole. And of course, we have specials going on through this weekend for Labor Day. Make sure you join the fam over at swolenormousx.com to get access to all the private live streams, roundtables, overtime segments like we have after today's show. And of course, all the programs, yoga, meditation, masterclasses, and so much more. You'll get first dibs on our newly releasing app later this summer. So super stoked about that. Join the fam today over at swolenormousx.com. And of course, also, we got some awesome specials going on over at papaswolio.com. Pick yourself up some dope ass merch. We got lots of new designs, lots of new releases over there. Scrolling through them right now for those watching the show. Make sure you check it out. Plus, we drop new releases. We We drop new releases, new merch every single week, new designs every single week. So check out all the best sellers, check out the new releases, 20% off site-wide over at papaswolio.com for this weekend only. Don't miss out on that. Cop yourself some new nip covers. That being said, let's get into today's episode. We got some awesome Swole fan posts. We will take some questions. We're going to go balls deep, and then we have our overtime segment for members right after. So don't nobody go nowhere. Let's get into that tip. Babe, just an inch, just an inch. It's cold outside. All right, first post.
What's in the box?
This one's from Brian. Brian says, the other day, someone asked a question about knee pain, and almost instantly, people and Papa Swolio responded with reverse sled. My question is, I started Maximum Swole this week. When would be the best time to do the reverse sled? Should I incorporate it into my leg day or with my upper day or one of the recovery days? You can do it before every single workout. Use it as your warm-up. You don't have to go super heavy. Just start light. Put like a 45-pound plate. Depends on the resistance. Just start light. It's not like you have to do it. You don't have to do it all day long. You have to do it for an hour. When I do it, I actually haven't done it in a little bit. I need to get back into it. But you just got to maybe do like 40 yards. You just kind of, I don't know. It depends on your space. I just do a lap to the end of the yard and back. Doesn't take that long. So that's it. You could do it as a warm up every day. You could do it every other day. You could do it a couple times a week. Just start doing it. Don't overcomplicate it. And it shouldn't be something where you're putting on 10 plates and it's not a maximum overload type movement. You're just coats of paint. So just get used to doing it. Get used to the habit of doing it and then adjust from there. Good question. All right. Riley says under pillar number 3 training on swolenormousx.com, Riley says, hey fam, had a quick question regarding those who have done Maximum Swole. Is it better to do the A split 2 times in a week or do something like the D split once in the week? I don't have the splits in front of me, so I don't know what those are. So bottom line, we talked about a lot on the round table last night. So I recommend Riley check out the round table last night. It explains a lot about Maximum Swole. I'm going to let the round table from last night explain and answer that question. So there really is no better. It depends on how often you want to go to the gym, what kind of volume you're going to be doing, what you can adhere to, what you prefer, what you want to focus on. If you have certain body parts that you want to focus on, it depends on that, right? The frequency is going to depend on the volume, and the volume is going to depend on the frequency. The intensity should be high. Tanya says, I'm almost finished with week 3 of the 90-day dash. I came into this Swole fam on July 4th, prepared to do Maximum Swole, but I got a tiny calf tear that's healed now. I always get injuries related to lifting and exercise, so I decided to do a regression with the 90-day dash, and it's working really well for me. No new injuries since then, and I'm lifting heavier. It's insane. When I first started, my back rows were about 15 kilograms. Now I'm rowing 30 kilograms. Stuff like that. It's just wow. Glad to hear it. If you're getting injured all the time, you're doing something wrong. Something's wrong with your nutrition, maybe. Hopefully you're not a vegan. Very common for people that are doing quote unquote plant-based to get more injuries. So I would look into your nutrition, maybe your yoga, mobility, form, make sure you're loading properly. You shouldn't be getting injured regularly. So that could be something that you need to work on in terms of maybe your lifting tempo or your form, or maybe how you're preparing to train. Could be the volume, could be your recovery. So anyway, glad to hear it. I'm glad you're making progress and you made a good move. Just make sure you follow up with that, because I'm curious as to why you'd be getting injured so frequently. But yeah, not a normal thing. You don't want to be shouldn't be getting injured all the time, because that's going to be a component of your preparation for training and how you're executing your movements and such. Okay, let's get into a couple of emails. We have 2 responses. We got one from I Didn't Lift Today, and one on the email, The Truth About Cardio. If you want to get on the email list, it's 100% free. Go to makeemailswoleagain.com and sign up for the email list. The Truth About Cardio, Yellow Sunshine, responds and says, ha ha ha, you bunch of pussies, lift heavy fucking weight, motherfuckers, ha ha ha. And, well, good response.
Emotional,
damn it. No lies were told. No lies were told. Aren't you just a ray of yellow sunshine? On I Didn't Lift Today, Sheena says, hey, Papa, Sheena here. I know you always say that if you're sore, you shouldn't lift because of systemic fatigue. Well, also, that's because of local fatigue. Well, I'm thinking focusing on failure may be a little too much or something because depending on the body part, I could be sore for 4 or 5 days after a lifting session. I'm just going to pause right there. Yeah, it's your programming. You're doing too much volume and you might be going too close to failure. That's why. I'm doing all the recovery things like yoga, mobility, making sure I'm getting my electrolytes, magnesium, etc. It seems to be mainly my chest, tris, and core that stay sore for several days. Am I going too hard? I'm following the Maximum Swole protocol, 2 warm-up sets with lower weights and 1 all-out set with about 8 reps or even 10 if I still have it in me and I haven't increased the weight yet as I'm still building my home gym. Is 4 to 5 day recovery too much? It makes me feel like a slacker, but I also don't want to do more damage from lifting again if I'm still sore. Even if it's a different body part, help. Sincerely sore and confused. Well, you don't have to, for example, I do upper lower. So my upper body, I'm going to do legs today. My upper body is still a little bit fatigued from doing upper body on Wednesday. So it's not like you don't have to not be sore anywhere. But if your legs are really sore from your last leg workout, you're doing legs again, you shouldn't be currently sore. You're doing too much volume or too much junk volume. You're doing something wrong. So the whole idea of Maximum Swole is that you're maximizing your intensity and minimizing your volume so you could train more frequently so you can expose your body to a growth stimulus more often. So I don't know the details. You're not really giving me enough here, but sore for 4 or 5 days, what I don't mean is like your upper body. If you're doing legs, it doesn't mean that your upper body might not be sore. Your shoulders might be sore, but you can still do a leg day. The whole point is if you're doing 2 back-to-back workouts, the workout that you're doing the first day, you're going to get a better growth stimulus than the one that you do the second day because you're more systemically fatigued. So you need to bottom line, you need overall recovery. And it's something to keep in mind. So if you are, what you don't want is to be training the muscle if you're still locally sore. If your shoulders are sore, let's say you did 5 sets of shoulders yesterday, the next day you're going to be sore. 2 days later, you shouldn't be training them again. If you want to train them that frequently, you have to cut down the volume. You have to do 1 set, maybe 2. And 2 might still be too much. You might do 1 set on Monday and then 1 set on Wednesday and then 1 set on Friday. That's definitely possible if you recover from that. Or you do 1 set on Monday and then 1 set on Thursday, or 1 set on Monday and 1 set on Friday, depending on your recovery, your recoverability. So if you're doing 1 all-out set, what I would recommend is go heavy, do like 5, 6, 7 reps, leave 1 in the tank. You don't have to necessarily go to absolute failure. So another thing that's going to make you more sore is going to absolute failure. So the heavier load you use, you could leave a rep in the tank and get the benefits. It seems to be mainly my chest, tris, and core that stay sore for several days. You're not going too hard, but how much are you doing for your chest? 1 set shouldn't make you sore for 5 days. 1 set should not make you sore if you're doing 1 set for chest. So 4 to 5 days, recovery is never too much. That's not really a thing. It really depends on how much volume and the frequency. So what you need to do is keep the intensity high, but adjust how often you train those body parts and how many sets you do according to how you recover. Some people can do, let's say I train upper body and I do chest with my upper body Monday and Friday. Some people might be able to do 3 sets. I could usually probably do 3 sets, but I've been doing 2. Because for me, if I'm seeing the numbers increase, I don't want to do more than I need to. So this is the trade-off, because a lot of people want to just do more. More is better. I want to see progress. I want to get stronger. I want to build muscle. So for me, it doesn't matter, and it shouldn't matter. And you have to really think about this and sit with this and understand. It doesn't matter to me if it's 1 set or 2 sets or 3 sets. It shouldn't. If 3 sets is working, you also want to try 2 sets. You're getting more recovery. You're not incurring as much fatigue. So if I do 3 sets and I see results, and I'm doing 2 sets and I see results, guess what I'm going to do? Probably going to do 2 sets because I'm able to recover more. Maybe once in a while I could do 3 sets for chest, but then the next workout, maybe I do 2 sets. But if I do 3 sets, sometimes if I do 3 sets on Monday and 3 sets on Friday, and then for the upper bodies, I do 3 sets, I might see progress for the first week or so, but then it might taper off and I get more sore and I feel more fatigued overall because I did increase my volume by 50%. So let's not think about 2 as a small number, 3 is a small number. Let's think about the volume. If I'm doing 2 all-out sets, essentially, from going from 2 to 3, that's a 50% increase. If you think about it in that sense, that's a huge jump in overall volume. So don't take that lightly. If I can get the same results from 3 sets as with 2 sets, I'm going to do 2 because it will allow me to recover faster and more efficiently, and it'll benefit all my other trainings. It'll benefit my sleep. It'll benefit everything. So you really have to figure out your recoverability. Some people can do 3 sets all day long. It also depends. I'm 41 years old. I've been training for 25 years. So it's going to be maybe different my approach and how heavy I'm going or the exercise that I'm choosing, which is going to lead to whatever recovery. Plus, it's my schedule with my sleep, with my genetics, with my approach and what I like to do. And I keep on coming back to the every other day, upper rest, lower rest, upper rest, lower rest. And I'm consistent with that. Every time I try to stack 2 days back to back, I can do it, but it takes a little bit more out of me. And I notice it and I keep on gravitating back to the every other day. And then on the in-between days, I'll do other types of activity or accessories or forearms or calves or club swinging or maybe some sled work, yoga, sauna, mobility. I can still do stuff on those other days. I'm just not doing macro compound heavy movements, to absolute failure. I'm not doing heavy squats, or I'm not doing RDLs or pendulum squats or something like that. Okay, let's get into some knowledge. Cock fam. Dope. All right. Got questions live. Hashtag Ask Papa Swole. How we doing, YouTube? You guys sleeping over there? Chat's quiet today. All right. Getting some questions. We'll take as many as come in. If they don't come in, then we move on. We have overtime anyway. So hashtag FEF in the chat for a chance to win today's Swole card. It's Fuck 'em Friday. Make sure you're focusing on your community today. If you know what the 7 pillars are, go to swolenormousx.com, download your free copy, links down below. And that's going to help you get started. That's the best place to start if you're new to the show. Community, the people, the things you surround yourself with, your environment is paramount. So if you're not focusing on that as much as you should be, use Fridays as a reason to do so. Jose Cepeda. Papa Swole, I'm at 208 pounds right now, and I don't want to lose mass. I just want to cut. What's the best way? Slightly decreasing your caloric intake, getting rid of inflammatory foods, and lifting heavy to maintain your muscle mass. Chances are your nutrition needs improvement. So, Josh Spliff Cornejo. I'm fat and need help. Sounds like it. Go to the fucking gym. Or join us at enormousx.com and start one of our programs. Check out the show. It's a lazy question, so you're going to get a lazy answer. Bushy Brow, Papa Swolio, new trend I've been seeing is taking shots of olive oil. What's your thoughts? Gross. Ooh, I like this. Time traveler, but spelled time, T-H-I-M-E. I like it. Papa, how long it takes to grow that mane of hair you have? As long as it takes. I've had it long for a long time. My beard has been long. It's been longer. My hair is long. It's been longer. I just got it trimmed and stuff like that yesterday. So I didn't set a timer. How long is it going to take to grow? My hair grows fast, but these are bad questions. So we're going to be moving. This is going to be a shorter show today, unless you guys have live questions. So, geez, these are bad. Omi Rodriguez, how do I lose weight fast? You don't. You set good habits, work on the skills, focus on the day-to-day, follow the 7 pillars, join us at enormousx.com, and you will lose extra fat by improving your habits. You won't do it quickly. You will do it it will happen as fast as it will happen based on the habits you execute and how consistent you are with them. Yassine Belkacem. Papa Swole, how to prevent muscle imbalance. Thank you. Train the muscles that need to be trained. It's a really vague, but just to give an overview. Joints have muscles on different sides, anterior, lateral, medial, the hip joint, the shoulder joint, elbow joint. You're going to have muscles that go around the side. So make sure you strengthen them evenly and address them. A lot of times chronic overuse injuries is because you're doing the same movement over and over again, and the joint becomes misaligned. It's moving in one direction too often. There's friction, there's inflammation, and then it causes pain. So you have to strengthen the muscles on the opposing sides. De la Junior on Zarumble. Papa Swolio. Hey, Papa. Currently at the gym getting a sick pump in. My guy. I am currently trying out 2 on, 1 off On the quote rest days would be a bad idea to still lift on those off days instead of just mobility. It's not an off day if you're lifting, bro. You're getting a Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
2 on, 1 off. If you're doing 2 on and 1 off, then do 2 on and 1 off. Okie dokie. This is what I was saying before. I was doing 2 on, 1 off. I prefer every other day. And like I said, I prefer every other day because if I feel wiped out, I might just take that day off and I'll do some mobility, or I'll go for a walk, or I'll just do sauna and cold plunge or whatever. But if I feel like, hey, I feel good, I'm going to do some calves and then I don't have to do it tomorrow, my workout. If I feel like training and I feel good, I can do something, a little something. I could do forearms, I could do calves, I could do some abs. I could swing my club a little bit. I could just do some mobility, some lower body mobility or something. So, you know. Matt, what's the best way to incorporate intermittent fasting and carrots in a way to build muscle? Take #obvious_troll. Take the carrot first, sew your mouth shut, and then take the carrot and shove it as far up your ass as possible.
Hadouken!
And then call me in a week. Brian Ayers, Papa Solia, what's your opinion about our nation and the way the Democratic Party has been running in the last 4 years? Ooh, that's talk about how many hours do you have? What's my opinion? It's a fucking hot, disgusting ball of shit. If you're voting for Kamala Harris, you're not voting for her. She's a vapid, brain-dead waste of space. She's a vessel. And you're voting for the machine. So this current election, a lot of people are unplugged. They're in denial. They're part of the cult. They've been brainwashed by the media, the media industrial complex. So what's on the docket for 2024 is literally the authoritarian state versus the will of the people. So it's a very serious, it's a very serious election. Now, I'm not saying that if the Democratic machine wins or cheats again, you know, who knows? I'm not saying the world is just going to collapse, but it's in the process of collapsing. The West is collapsing. We're in the process of just falling apart. So can it be slowed down? Can it be turned around? Anything is possible. And you have to have hope in order to do something about it. Otherwise, you're just going to be like, let it go. But it's going to speed up the decline. It's going to speed up the breakdown. And there you go. Vote Trump in 2024 if you care about this country. Most people are sleeping. Most people are sleeping. You don't have to like everything he says. You don't have to, he says mean things online. Bring back mean fucking tweets. I want steak that doesn't cost $50 a fucking pound. You know? I want to get rid of these illegal criminal aliens that are flooding across the border, raping and murdering our citizens, and becoming a massive weight and blight on our society. Get these people that don't belong here out. You don't leave your front door unlocked for a reason. They don't belong here. Come in legally or get the fuck out. Like, we need to improve. We need to get back to making, literally, if you're voting for Kamala Harris, you don't want to make America great. You want the shitstorm to build. That's it. That's it. What's really unfortunate, I got a great quote for you. All right. Great Mark Twain quote. Great Mark Twain quote. And if you don't believe me, this is the quote for you. Okay. And we'll end on this. Mark Twain, quote, "What gets us into trouble is not what we don't know. It's what we know for sure that just ain't so." And a lot of people that are still buying into the corporate media, they're getting their news from Fox, from CNN, from MSNBC, from all the, from the New York Times, NPR. It's just state propaganda. So all these leftists are people that think the Democratic Party, this is why Tulsi Gabbard and this is why RFK left the Democratic Party, because it's not what the Democratic Party was in the 60s. So your boomer parents, yeah, they're still brainwashed because they think back to 1960 or 1970. It's not the same thing. They used to watch Walter Cronkite and believe every fucking thing they saw on the TV. This is why you can't argue with family. That's why you can't argue with your parents or grandparents. That's why you can't argue with the boomers, because it's arguing with the TV. And the TV doesn't understand. It doesn't listen. It doesn't comprehend. It's just, you're talking to a fucking wall. So that's the problem. That's the problem. And what they think they know, it just isn't so. It's objectively not true. And it's unfortunate when you have people around you that are just brainwashed and they do not want to pay attention. They don't want to hear it. And the problem is, any person that I've talked to, including family members, that just do not want to hear it, they never have a reason. They can't explain why they feel that way. They can't explain they can't explain their choice. And that's the first sign of either just being brainwashed and ignorant, and willfully ignorant. They don't know why they feel that way. They don't know why they're making the choice, or they've made the choices that they do. And they get upset and angry because they don't have an answer. So when you ask them, oh, why is that? Jesus Christ, you can't have a conversation with that. That person is gone. That person is just completely sucked away. So it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Let's see. Patrick Corbin, Papa Swolio. I struggle with making workouts at the gym. What's your recommendation? Join SwoleNormousX.com and start one of our awesome programs. You don't have to make your own. I gotcha, bro. We got some membership specials going on. Link is in yesterday's bio. Back to Swole specials. You have to be, SwoleNormousX.com/BTS. Check it out. But I think it's in yesterday's episode link. I'll put it in today's description afterwards, but we got some specials going on. Mike Dizzle. Can I call you Dizzle's Nuts? I'm going to call you Dizzle's Nuts. Mike Dizzle's Nuts. Papa Swolio, I'm incorporating tension bands into my leg routine. What's a tension band? Like a band? Like an elastic band? Due to my lack of mobility in my hip, due to needing hip replacement, is there a better movement other than side shuttle or side leg raises? What? Like lateral tube walking? I mean, are there better movements? I mean, there's a lot of different things, but the hip only does so many things. Just doing like the mobility exercises, doing like what they call cars, like internal, external rotations, body weight. That's great. But for those hip bands, there's only so many things you can do with those. But lateral tube walking is great for the gluteus medius. Jen says, my mom is one of those that doesn't think for herself and just believes what she sees on TV. Needless to say, she's all for Kamala, and this is why we argue. Oof. Yeah, the problem is, the reason why this is starting to really split, people didn't used to, and this is a problem, people didn't used to talk, hey, we don't talk politics. That's the problem. You don't talk politics, and people get sucked away by the indoctrination centers in the school. You send your kids away and someone else brainwashes your kids. They come back and you don't agree. It's like, well, that's why. Anyway, where was I going with that? Needs to say, that's where we argue. It's starting to really cause a rift where you can't. It used to be, oh, you have different votes, you have a different opinion, you can still be friends. And you can still be friends now, but it's a much deeper rift because the left, the Democratic Party as it currently stands, doesn't have a moral compass. They don't have a moral compass. They don't understand good and evil. There's no truth but power. And any way to grab that power, they'll lie, cheat, steal, hypocrites. It's just complete inversions. It's totally Orwellian. And you can't really have a conversation or a relationship with someone who doesn't have a moral compass, who doesn't understand what's right and what's wrong. And because they have no moral compass, it makes just basic interaction almost non-functional, which is unfortunate. Causes a lot of rifts. I deal with some stuff like that now, but you can choose your friends. You just can't choose your family. Punching Pelican, grill or cast iron skillet over gas when you cook your steak. We have an electric stove. We use ceramic now. I used to use a cast iron, but pain in the ass to clean and to keep in good condition and stuff. I don't use a grill. Just pain in the ass. Not cleaning that shit. We have a Blackstone. It's all rusty. I haven't cleaned it and used it yet. Just do ceramic. It's great. Anyway, pick your poison. A lot of good options out there. Stainless steel, but then you have to clean the pan. That could be a pain in the butt. Yeah, you know what? So a lot of people, like, what do they have to say? What do they have to say? They have to say that Trump is racist, Trump is mean, blah, blah, blah. Trump says this. Did you hear how he said something? I mean, this is also coming from someone that says, I talk a lot of shit. I say a lot of stuff. Do I 100% agree literally with every single thing that I say? No, I'm not trying. I don't care. I'm okay with that. I say a lot of stuff. I mean, how he says something, you have to look at actions. You have to look at actions. And a lot of these people that are very sensitive over this stuff are the same people that grew up with archaic media and they read the paper and everything they saw in the paper was true. Oh my God, words on paper. Holy shit. Did you hear what this person said? I want to know what they do. Okay. People say a lot of things. And this is this is the difference between currently, which is not really the Republican. Trump isn't really a Republican. He's a classic Democrat, right? He's more of a moderate, but everyone makes it seem out to be like fucking like this Nazi. It's just so stupid. It's sick, you know? It's just character slander and it's nonsense. People that are actually paying attention know that it's bullshit. So what was I saying? Oh, how he talks. Look, I grew up in Halo chat rooms. So words aren't going to hurt my feelings. I like someone that has some edge to them because you need someone who's strong and not afraid to say shit. And people will back the fuck off, which is why we had relative peace compared to what we have now in the last 4 years. I think a lot of people are shocked at how quickly it devolved in the last 4 years. And that's because we have a power vacuum. We have no one. We have the military industrial complex. We have the democratic machine, but we don't have like a person that is, you know, we don't have a strong, we don't have strong leadership. We have lack thereof. And what the Democrats will do is they will say a lot of things and then fuck you in the ass. They'll tell you this and they'll do exactly the opposite. And what people misinterpret about Trump is like, he'll lie, or he'll say things that aren't true about stupid shit. He'll like make fun of people and say this, like, okay, fine. Like you're shit talking. But then he'll be blatantly honest about important shit and people just gloss over that. Like, oh, but he called someone a dum-dum. It's like, well, they're fucking dum-dum. They're actually retarded. So he went light on that. You know, when he calls, you know, Kamala's an idiot. Yeah, she's a fucking retard. Have you watched the interview yesterday? 18 minutes of scripted interview and she still had notes and it still came off awful. She's just an absolute waste of space. She's just an absolute vessel of, she's an empty vessel. So I don't care about what, I want to see the actions match the words. Trump can talk shit and get stuff done. All right. And what's crazy is a lot of these libtards grew up with Trump. I grew up in New York City. I grew up in New England. I lived there my entire life until I went to college. And then I got the fuck out. I grew up in New York City, grew up in Connecticut, and went to school in Pennsylvania. And then I fucking came down to Florida as fast as possible. So like right after I graduated and came to Florida. And I've been down here ever since. So Trump was a fucking, like, what would you call it? An idol in New York City. He was the GOAT. I mean, go back and look at some of these amazing stories about Trump. They were redoing, I mean, this is when I was really young, but they were redoing the skating rink in New York City. Go look up that story. The city spent like 15 or 20 or some ungodly amount, millions of dollars, and it took like 5 years and they couldn't rebuild it. And it was just eating up money because people are just jerking each other off, stealing money. Trump came in and fixed it for like a tenth of the price in like 3 months and had it up and running, completely fixed, renovated in like 3 or 6 months. What the city cost like 10 times as much in 5 years and nothing happened. He just came in and boom, fixed it in 3 months. He gets shit done. He gets shit done. So, cope and seethe. But I mean, look, if you want to excuse people from 2020, I personally don't think so. I think that was reprehensible because Biden was obviously out to lunch, completely just demented, full-blown dementia back in 2020. We're all screaming it. And then, oh no, he's fine. Yeah, he was completely sold. But making the same mistake again, right? You fucked up in 2020. If you're voting that way again, it's like there's no, we got to stop with this acceptance and forgiveness. You got to stop accepting and forgiving people like, oh, I made a mistake. Now I'm going to do this way. You have to earn that shit. You have to earn people's trust back. The media lost all of it. They're full of shit. So people like Zuckerberg or Andrew Cuomo or whatever these fucking ass clowns that are just pretending to be all virtuous now. No, not going to fly. You just know that your ass is on the chopping block and you expose yourself for being a lying cuck. So you got to earn that back. We got to stop just high-fiving anyone that just changes their opinion. It's like, I don't trust you. You're a snake. All right. Elizabeth says, have you seen all the New Yorkers talking about voting all red? They may not flip right away, but will happen slowly. That's what happened with Giuliani. I grew up in New York City. I grew up in New York City in the 80s. It was a shit hole. When I say shithole, it was a fucking shithole. I remember it was disgusting. It was gross. And then in like the mid 90s, Giuliani came in, I'm forgetting exactly what year it was, cleaned up the city. It was gross. Like Times Square, the red light, all the porn stores. It was slummy and just fucking, it was disgusting. It was just gross. And then he cleaned up the city and he was a Republican. So if it gets bad enough, people will vote differently, but people just frogs in a pot. They just take so much and they don't fucking wake up. So they complain about all the stuff and then vote the same way. It's, part of me is like, part of me is actually none of me wants Kamala to win, but I don't know. I don't know how bad it has to get for people to actually wake the fuck up. I think at this point, honestly, if you still think that Kamala is the choice, I don't think can you come back from that? Like, honestly, at this point, there's a friend of mine who's like, I'm going to wait until the debates. I want to see what the debates are. What the fuck are you talking about? What don't you know now that the debate is going to clarify for you? What are you talking about? I just don't know if people come back from that. You can't excuse this choice. You make that kind of choice, there's no excuse for it. You're just bought and paid for. You're brainwashed. You're absolutely just ignorant. You're ignorant. You're willfully ignorant. And yeah, like, I don't think that you can come back from that. I don't know what has to happen for you to be like, oh my God, I'm fucking retarded. It's like a retarded person doesn't know that they're retarded because they're retarded. What?
I gave it a
10.
And that's the way. I like it. See on the sunshine bun.
Yeah. Gabriella Zimmerman, Papa, so I can't do my RDLs with right weight for legs / glutes because too heavy for arms. Tips, please. Use wrist wraps. You're welcome. Austin Stanaway. Wife is very overweight, but working on losing weight. Any advice? Congratulate her. Keep it up. Lift heavy weights. Stop focusing on losing weight. Focus on proper habits. Eating quality proteins. Do an elimination diet. Eat more grass-fed beef and pastured eggs. Get rid of estrogenics. Get off birth control. Stop putting all this garbage and Old Spice and Suave and whatever the fuck it is in your armpits and perfumes and toxins and plastic shower curtains and laundry detergents with waxes and fucking all that garbage. Lift heavy weights and keep it up. Keep it up. Good stuff. All right, let's go balls deep. You said it.
That's deep.
All right, we got time for like maybe one or two videos. Pick a number 1, 2. All right. Yeah. Pick a number 1, 2, 3, or 4. Oof. Yeah, it's going to be rough. It's going to be rough. Plus, we have overtime. We got overtime coming up right after. Yay. Who's ready for some OTZ? Ma. Sneezes. Let's go, Elizabeth. 3, my lord. Is Elizabeth, you want some of that cream, don't you, Elizabeth? You want some of that cream? Elizabeth wants this one. It's called ice cream. I was going somewhere with that. It's called ice cream.
So my daughter asked me to go to ice cream. She asked me to take her to ice cream, and I took her to ice cream, and she ordered her ice.
Okay. I'm pausing this for a second. First off, Elizabeth, like, get in the corner, please. Is ice cream a place? And I just want to put out there for the record, they do make decaf. They do make decaf, and you can drink it. Some people should be drinking that.
So my daughter asked me to go to ice cream. She asked me to take her to ice cream, and I took her to ice cream, and she ordered her ice cream, and then she turned and looked at me and said, "Hey, Mom, what are you going to order?" And I said, "I'm not going to order anything. I'm trying to eat healthy."
Okay. Cocaine's a hell of a drug. What is ice cream like? Is she just saying, I took her to ice... I took daughter to ice cream. Daughter say, me want ice cream. I say, okay, we go ice cream. Is that a place? If that's a place, right? Is that a store? Everyone's so fucking, right? So hip now. I just have a store. What's your ice cream parlor called? I call it ice cream. Or they call it cream. It's like, oh, that's so hip. That's so in. Just name it what it is. All right. Okay, sending hate from Florida. Let's continue.
Eat healthy. Two things wrong with that. One is I'm trying to eat healthy, and what you're doing is unhealthy.
Yeah, why are you taking your daughter to get poison? Make it at home. Why don't you lead by example? Oh my God.
That's what she heard. And I see that. Word choice matters. Second thing, she did not ask me to take her to ice cream so she could just consume ice cream. She wanted to have an experience with me.
It's not getting better. Oh, fucking hell. Why is this continuing? I can't see the church. Let's get a little tainty, man.
And a moment with me. She wanted me to have ice cream with her, so I ordered ice cream with toppings, and we sat and we enjoyed it together.
Oh, codependence. I love it.
And she talked to me about this. I turned very Jersey all of a sudden. She talked to me about this later, and I get it. It wasn't about that eating the ice cream. It was about doing something with me.
Oh, so you could have not gone and stuffed your face with garbage. You could have gone for a walk and had a conversation. No shit, it's not about the ice cream. It's like something compulsive. Like we have to to be together, we have to be shoving processed sugar in our fucking mouths. Do you have to? In order to spend time with you, Mama, we must be... No shit, she's your daughter. She wants to spend time with you. So why don't you go do something? Why don't you go to a library? Why don't you go to a museum? Why don't you go to a flower, a garden? It looks like you're in Florida or something, I hope you're not in Florida. I hope you're not near me or anything, but looks like it's nice weather outside. You're outside in a tank top. Why don't you go on a walk? Why isn't she with you on a walk? Why don't you go for a walk and have a conversation? Who's the parent?
That's really important. That's what they want to do when they ask you to take them to ice cream. They want a connection, an experience.
Why is she saying take them to ice cream? It's like she's talking to a 3-year-old. You want to go ice cream? Oh, I don't like it. I don't like this at all. I don't like this video at all, Elizabeth. I don't like this one bit.
With you. So, moms and dads, order the ice cream.
No.
Get a small, eat half of it if you're trying to eat a little better, and watch your word choice. Woo! Lesson learned. I grow from it, so I pass it along. All right, that's it. Bye.
Anyway, I think we'd agree. It sounds like, okay, she's a mother, and at least this is, at least she's a mother that has a daughter and not trying to tell us that her daughter's a boy and all this shit. So, I mean, I don't like what, I know what the video was. I don't have to spend time with her, but I think we'd agree. At least she's spending time with her daughter. We've seen much worse videos. So take it for what it's worth. We've seen worse. So, all right. I'll take that video over most of the shit probably over the other things that we see. Pick a number 1, 2, or 3. Pick a number 1, 2, or 3.
What's in the box?
That's easily, from the titles of these other ones, that's easily going to be the best video we have today. It's going to be Like, you're going to wish I replayed that video. You're going to wish I replayed that video. Matt number 2, this is called gender fluidity. Told you.
Examples of my gender fluidity being a little bitch. Number 1, feeling like a guy and visiting my relatives. I don't know if you know this, but I am not out to my family. Therefore, when I'm feeling like a guy but I have to present super feminine in front of my relatives, it makes me feel icky inside. Also, gender dysphoria is a bit. Number 2, when suddenly my...
Okay, so this person is saying that she has a mental disorder. I agree. This is not the place for your therapy, by the way.
gender decides to change right before bed. I'll just be vibing, and then it'll be like, binder time. No, Michael, it's not.
Oh, yeah, I'm just like, this is what I do. I'm just, in the evening, I'm about to go to sleep. I'm just vibing. I get out of the sauna. I'm like, hey, let me tuck my balls back into my asshole. I just want to do I just want a tyrannical tuck. It just gets to that point. All of a sudden, boom, shove your dick in your ass. Okay. This voice in my head, crazy.
There's tiny tuck, typical tuck, total tuck, and the tyrannical tuck.
If this is your first time listening to the podcast, well, this is what, welcome.
Not binder time, it's bedtime. Binder time. Number 3, in the frickin' middle of the day. I'll be walking all happily along.
Oh, I hate
and then
this.
suddenly, boom, gender change. No, now is not the time, Michael. I have a day to run. I don't need this dysphoria right now. Most of the time, I won't have the resources or capabilities to reduce the gender dysphoria because I didn't bring along with me a hat or a binder or makeup if it's the other way around. So, it's a bitch. It's a real bitch.
Jesus Christ. Bring back the buildings with the rooms with the padded walls. I cannot tell you enough. We need either a meteor or asylums. We need a meteor or asylums. Let's take a look at that Churchy. Hello, Pinkston Churchill. Come on, Pinkies. Oh, Pinkston Churchill. Let's get this out of the way. Oh, look, she's so cute. You see? She's so cute. I come over here and I rub her belly, and then she gives me a little bellies. She's a good girl. A little Churchy. Rub the bellies. Rub her little nippies. Yep, that's it. No more belly rubs. You're done. You're cut off. That's it. Enough. And then we got Tainty Man showing the taint. Nice. Not bad. Hashtag Fat for a chance to win today's Swole card. We might be done. We have a BMI one. Ugh, I don't want to see her face. Let's do this one because it's kind of the same vein of insanity. It's called LGBTQ Club. Oh, I am on fire, fam. Let's go.
We just got invited to an LGBTQ club at a high school in Ohio. Let's go! Go. Going on.
That intro, there's something there. Tell me what stands out with that intro. I'll play it again.
We just got invited to an LGBTQ club at a high school in Ohio.
Do it again.
We just got invited to an LGBTQ club at a high school in Ohio. Let's.
One more time.
We just got invited to an LGBTQ club at a high school in Ohio.
Where? Where is this LGBT? Where is this pedo club going? Now, you might be gay. You might like the taco. You might like the salchicha. But if you're gay, like if you're gay, lesbian, there's a difference between being gay, male or female, and being LGBTQ+. We have gay friends. They hate this shit. They're fucking hardcore Republican. This guy, they're funny as shit. They're so fun. They're so fucking funny. They watch these videos and they're like, check out these fags. They show it. And they're gay. It's like, it's the difference between having a sense of humor and not. So it's not gay people. This is giving gay people and lesbians a bad name. All right. Yeah. Gays against groomers. I mean, just because you like men, fine. You're not trying to, you're not trying to hang around kids. Like, holy shit. That's a really creepy thing. That's a big difference. Yeah. Gays against groomers. I don't care who you are. I want anyone on our quote unquote side. It's the moral side that goes against this kind of weird grooming shit. They fucking hate it. It's a big difference. It's a big difference when you have gay people that are like, no, we are not a part of that. It's a big difference. The people that fly those flags and the LGBTQ, that's the cult. You have to separate the L and the G. But of course, you could be gay and be part of that cult, but it's a big difference. There's gay and lesbians, and then there's these fucking insane people, like bisexual. Some women are dudes are like, so it's not all lumped in. I hate how people are just like being forced to be lumped in. Like, you're gay. It's like, no, I'm not with these idiots.
We just got invited to an LGBTQ club at a high school in Ohio. Let's go! Go. Going on a road trip. Great day for a drive on the Ohio countryside.
It's a Subaru.
We just got to the high school and we're about to
Is it a Subaru? Hold on a second. Was that a Subaru? Holy shit, it fucking is. Can I see the steering wheel? Is that a Subi? It's got to be a Subaru. That's a Subaru in the background. That's like, yep. It's true. It's not a stereotype. It's true.
Got to the high school and we're about to go hang out with this LGBTQ club. We're super excited.
Oh, this is fucking...
with the students. Got our self-care series. Wow. We talked about transness and having parents that are not supportive and how to deal with that. How to come out as Arrow Ace. Self-care, which is super...
Pause. Okay. What the fuck is Arrow Ace? I've never, of all the stupid shit that these lunatics, what the fuck is that? How is there another one? How is there another one? Like Aeropostale, like the clothing company that used to be at the malls? I don't understand what this is. Aerospace engineering? Like SpaceX? I'm confused.
How to come out as Arrow Ace. Self-care, which is super important, especially for our LGBTQ young people. That is a wrap for our first Queer Hangouts visit of the school year.
Send the meteor. Send the meteor. Mark says Arrow Ace is a term used to describe people who experience little to no romantic or sexual attraction. Isn't that asexual? All right, you got to pick one, all right? Yeah, anyway, all right, let's give away the Swole card. I'm done. I can't even, you guys, anything that you could think that I'm saying, I'm thinking in my head. All right, hashtag Fef, let's give away the Swole card, fam. And then we're going into overtime. Arrow Ace. Fucking lunatics.
You fucking people.
We got a Pfeffer. Who's this? Eddie. Eddie wins? Who's Eddie? Eddie V. Eddie V. 82. Eddie V. 82. Oh my goodness. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. Swole card 3038 in the subject, your mailing address in the body of the email. Congratulations, Eddie. Thanks for playing. Appreciate you. Send us that email. And now, fam, let's get into overtime. Oh, Falcon. Calm your tits. Okay, head on into, if you're already a member, make sure that you head into the Daily Swole Telegram chat. That's where we're going to be streaming this. It'll be available later inside Swolenormous X for those of you that cannot catch it live. Thanks for being here. Overtime will start in 2 minutos. 2 minutes. 2-minute warning. We got new balls deep bets. We got a brand new Drive Mall Gaining. It's going to be fire. And make sure you keep an eye out for Swole Text so your questions and your responses can be featured in the Weekend Swolosophy episodes. And then, of course, back on Monday at 12 noon Eastern Time for our accountability meeting and more releases. It's going to be awesome. Overtime starts right now. Peace McGee's, Deuce Magoose, your boy, Papa Swolio. Out.
Hey. Yeah. Yeah.
He's heating up!
Whoa. Yeah. Coming at me like that, like, whoa.